Hello students, welcome to online teaching. We are discussing chapter 5 minerals and energy resources. This is module 8. Okay. In 7th we discuss about the known conventional sources of energy. These are the sources that will help the country as well as the world to survive for a longer period of time. Now the next thing that we will be discussing, that is tidal energy. You know tidal energy, this ocean tides or currents that are used for the conversion of these tides into a electrical energy. You know that in India a lot of watery boundaries are there. Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and this Indian Ocean are present. Now how it is made? Near to the ocean, floodgate dams are made. Floodgate dams are made. Dams are made. And inlets that are used to store the flowing water. To store the flowing water. When ocean tides collide with these inlets, the water flows inside. The water flows inside. It means these are the barriers. When the seawater is striking on these inlets, some water move inside. The water flows inside and through the pipe, this water is used for making electricity. Making electricity. How it is there? When the tides they are coming at a speed, they strike on the floodgate inlets, dams. When this water come inside and via the pipe, this water rotates or move inside the ocean, and these water and this energy, especially rotating energy, that will be used for the forming of electricity. Example, you can say the Gulf of Khambat, and Run of Kutch, and even parts of Sundarban Delta, that are used. So it means this is an important part. It is there that is utilized especially for forming of tides into electricity near to the coastal boundaries. Okay. Now next thing, that is geothermal energy. You know that in India a lot of hilly areas are there. B part is geothermal energy. How it is there? When the water from inside on the hilly areas, comes out, and we know that inside the earth the temperature is more. So how it is there? You know that on the hilly areas or the mountainous region, hot springs are there where hot water is available near to the rocks. How it is there? This groundwater takes the heat from the rocks. When it comes out, it has some steam. The temperature is more. The groundwater absorb The groundwater absorb the heat from the rocks, and the water comes out in the form of steam. And this steam is used to, you may say, convert into electrical energy. How it is there? We know as we go inside, the temperature started to increase, and when the groundwater is there, it absorb heat from these rocks. When it bursts out, when it come outside, it has some heat, and that heat has form of steam. This steam is used for the conversion of electricity. It is the part of geothermal energy. You can frame the example that Parvati Valley in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh. These are the two plants that has been set up in India as an experiment. Okay. Now, third is the conservation of minerals, conservation of energy. Both are, as we have discussed in minerals. Now the third is conservation of energy. As we have discussed in the form of minerals that we should use in, as you know, the industries, the agriculture, the human beings, all need energy. And energy, you know, if we use in a systematic way, it means we should use in a systematic way. So that the things may not be affected. The best you can get, sustainable development. Sustainable development is the best method to conserve this energy. So that the coming generations may not be affected. Okay. So you know that all things that are on this earth, they need energy, and for this we have to conserve this energy, conserve these resources, so that the coming generations may not be affected. You can take the example, as some of the things are there, water is precious, grow more plant and trees, so that this amount of oxygen may also increase, our ozone layer may not be affected. So it means these are some of the common methods that we should adopt. This was the whole chapter that we have discussed. Now we will meet in next module.